All right, everyone. So welcome to Jumbo IS and welcome to this brand new batch called Phoenix Batch. Now, the purpose of this batch is UPSC Prelims 2026. We have designed the entire schedule for that. You'll be getting daily targets, weekly targets, monthly targets. But the thing is, as today is the first day of this batch, well, many people are still not clear as far as the schedule, the targets, the timetable that you need to follow. So in this video, I will explain to you what should be your approach. Please, this is a humble request that follow this approach to its very core. I'll be explaining how you should access this course. Okay. Now, please follow it to its very core. Please follow each and everything. Yes, if you want to do something extra, do that, but not at the expense of missing any one particular target. Okay, this should be a given. Follow this target, follow the schedule for next 90 days, and you'll be very well prepared as far as prelims examination is concerned. And maybe if you have followed it diligently with your 100%, your marks would be way ahead of the cutoff, the contested cutoff that everyone is worried about just after giving prelims examination. And they don't start their mains preparation because they are worried that what if they don't clear the cutoff, right? They waste precious time, 10, 15, 20 days before starting their mains preparation. We don't want you to do that. We want you to begin your mains preparation from the word get-go, just after you finish your prelims examination. Therefore, you need to prepare for prelims examination very well. All right? Now, pay close attention. I won't take much of your time, just a few minutes, but you'll understand how you should access this course. Okay? So let's begin. All right? Now, in Phoenix batch, well, you'll be covering GS. Okay? You'll be covering current affairs also. I'm writing GS and current affairs separately because there are two different approaches to it. Okay. And then there is CSAT portion. CSAT will start with a considerable lag. We'll start CSAT after 15-20 days. But you should be clear about GS and current affairs. Okay. Now, first, let me basically brief you as far as GS is concerned. Okay. Now, the entire GS portion is divided into various parts. First of all, we have divided the entire GS portion into subjects. So there is polity, geography, history, economics, science and technology, and environment, if we are only talking about prelims. Okay. And each and every subject is divided into parts. Right? Now, for example, I'll give you an example. For example, polity is divided into 12 parts. In part 1, you'll have to cover making of the constitution. Okay. You'll have to cover preamble. You'll have to cover citizenship. Okay, this is part 1. Then there would be part 2, which would contain union and its territories, fundamental rights, so on and so forth. The entire syllabus would be covered in 12 parts. Okay, now what would happen? Well, you have daily targets. So your entire course, if you'll see in your course also, it is divided into days. What will happen is that, let's suppose it is day 1. Today is day 1, but today is introduction. Okay. Let's suppose we are talking about, well, there is day 2. Okay. Just any one random day. Okay. Let's suppose in one day, we have given you the targets of making of the constitution, preamble, and citizenship. Okay. These are your targets. Now, if you have your own notes, well and good. If you don't, we are going to provide you with those notes. And you don't have to look anywhere else. I mean, you can solely rely on these notes. These notes are carefully prepared. So what will happen? Well, one day before, just one day before this particular day of targets, we will upload the notes of all these topics that are in this particular part. We will upload all the notes. As soon as you wake up on this very day, you'll start revising these notes. Revise these notes. Otherwise, you can revise these topics from your own notes also if you're comfortable with them. But we are going to provide you with notes. Okay. So revise these notes for the entire day. You have the entire day. On 7 p.m., at 7 p.m., we will upload a lecture. In that lecture, we will discuss these topics. If you'll have any doubts, if there are some queries, if there are any issues with respect to these topics while reading it, okay, we will discuss these entire topics through a lecture via 30 plus MCQs. So what will happen? Let's suppose today is introductory lecture. So from tomorrow, things would start. So today between 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. we will upload the notes for tomorrow. Okay, you can start reading those notes from tonight itself, or wake up tomorrow morning and start reading all those notes. Then tomorrow at 7 p.m. you will get a lecture in which we'll discuss all those topics through 30 plus MCQs. We'll also be discussing PYQs, everything. Okay. Along with this lecture, you'll also get a PDF of these 30 MCQs with all the solutions. So everything would be there. Okay. Now, the idea is that through this lecture, this entire topic is revised very quickly. Plus, you get to practice 30 MCQs. Okay. And this will go on from Monday to Saturday. Okay. On Sunday, there will be a test from the previous week. And this will go on till the entire duration of 90 days. So let's talk about economics, because economics is going to start from today. Okay, the introductory lecture would start, but from tomorrow, well, the topics would start. Okay, so from Monday to Saturday, including today's introductory lecture, there will be topics. You'll have to revise those topics. If you'll have any doubts, well, we have enrolled you in our WhatsApp groups. Those WhatsApp groups are active. All faculty members are over there. Ask your doubts. Plus, we will have regular Google Meets as well. So you can ask your doubts one-on-one also. Okay. You will revise tomorrow the entire day. You will revise all these notes, which we are going to upload at 9 p.m. Okay. Ask your doubts if any doubt occurs to you. And then we will revise all of that through this lecture via 30 MCQs. And this would go on till Saturday. And then on Sunday, you will have a test. Earmark or mark Sundays for tests only. Revision and test. So every Sunday from today till your prelims examination, you will have a test. And every day also, if you think about it, you will also have a test, because you will be practicing 30 MCQs. Okay, this would go on. This would go on. So your entire syllabus for economics would get covered in 2 weeks. Then polity would get covered in 2 weeks. Then some subjects would have 3 weeks, so on and so forth. And in the entire duration, in these 90 days, you would have revised your entire syllabus twice. Because once while reading those notes, and twice through MCQs, and thrice while preparing for the test. So 3 times. Okay. So if you follow this schedule to its very core, well, you will be revising your entire syllabus 3 times, each and every small and smallest of the portions. Okay. Even the smallest of the concepts would get revised. So this would go on. Make sense? This would be the thing. So today I will discuss what would be our approach for economics, and from tomorrow onwards, this would follow. Please make sure that you use these WhatsApp groups for doubts, okay, genuine doubts. Though if you think your doubts are silly, don't worry, ask them, but use them judiciously, because these 90 days are crucial. So use these WhatsApp groups, these Google Meets, judiciously, properly. Make sense? Okay. Now this would be our approach for GS, mostly static portion, though we will try to incorporate current affairs also within this GS portion, but we have a separate strategy for current affairs as well. So GS portion is clear. The schedule is also shared with you. So go through that. Okay. Now let's talk about current affairs. So for current affairs also, we are following a similar approach. Okay. Because we all know that current affairs, the biggest challenge in current affairs is, well, remembering them, fixing them in your memory till your prelims examination. That is the biggest challenge. We all know about it, right? So the reason for that is because you try to cover current affairs in bulk. 1 month's current affairs in 2-3 days, or the entire environment current affairs or economics current affairs, the entire 1 year's economics current affairs in a very short span of time. This is why things, well, you don't give your mind time to absorb the information that you are reading. Okay, you need to give it time. That is why all current affairs, like GS, static GS, we have divided all current affairs into parts. Okay, first we have divided all current affairs into subjects, and each subject is divided into 5 to 6 parts. Okay, so from tomorrow onwards, your environment current affairs would start. So what will happen? Well, today between 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., we will basically upload part 1 notes. Part 1 notes for environment current affairs. Okay, you will revise, read it through. Then in the evening at around 6 p.m., we will upload a lecture discussing the current affairs covered in part 1 of environment, okay, through a set of 20 MCQs. So in static portion, there were 30 MCQs. For current affairs, there would be 20 MCQs. So in total, every day, you'll be practicing 50 plus MCQs. Okay, same approach. Now, your entire environment current affairs would get covered in 6 parts, okay, 5 parts or 6 parts, okay, and then we will move on to next subject. Let's suppose economy, polity, so on and so forth, IR, internal security, Indian society. So all of these would be covered in 6 parts or depending on the subject, okay. So we are basically providing you with these PT 365 documents. The only difference is that we are covering PT 365s in small parts, small portions. Every day we'll cover a very small portion of current affairs. We will consolidate that in our memory through a set of 20 MCQs, and then we'll move forward. We'll move forward. And on Sunday, the test would include, the syllabus for your test would include current affairs as well. So if I give you the example of economics and environment, like whatever we are going to begin with right now, okay, so from Monday to Saturday, you'll be studying environment, current affairs, and economics, okay, and this would go on till Saturday. Then you have the entire Sunday to revise, and then sharp at 7 p.m. in the evening, you will give the test, which will have, I mean, your syllabus for that test would be economics and environment, current affairs, and this would go on. Now, if you want to begin your revision one day before, well, we are going to upload the notes 9 to 10 p.m. one day prior. Okay, this one day prior is so that different people can adjust to their own schedule. Some people are early risers, so they will wake up in the morning at 5 or 4 and they will start revising. Some people are, well, they like to study at night, late at night. So they can start from 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. onwards. You understand? This would go on. So those who have already joined, well, you will see notes for economics and environment today in your course between 9 to 10 p.m. You just start revising them. And then tomorrow you will get a lecture. And remember, we are going to revise the entire thing through these MCQs. Those MCQs won't be discussed like statement 1 is incorrect, statement 2 is correct, so the answer is C. No. We will discuss the entire concept. Okay? And then we'll reach an answer. This would be the approach. This would be your entire system. And you have to follow the system. It might appear simple, but it is a little challenging. Though we are here to help you out as far as any challenge you face, but still, it can be a little challenging. It appears simple, but it's not that simple. So you have to give your 100%. Just make sure you do that. And once you are at the other side of these 90 days, you will feel ultra confident. Okay? By the way, all of you who are already enrolled, well, you have the schedule with you. So you know what follows after economics, what follows after environment. All of this is available to you. So you can look at that. And all those who are enrolled, I have also shared the schedule for economics, next 14 days schedule with you. So what you have to cover in the next 14 days is already shared with you. You can take a look at that as well. But brace yourself, gear yourself up, okay? Get ready, because from tomorrow onwards, things might get a little challenging. We will try to make it as easy as possible for you, but still, it's prelims, it's UPSC we are talking about. Things are bound to be challenging. Otherwise, everyone would have cleared this exam. Make sense? All right. Now, in case you have any questions, well, those who are enrolled, you are in our WhatsApp groups. Ask your doubts, ask your questions with respect to this schedule. Well, if you have not enrolled and are planning to enroll for this course, well, use the comment section of YouTube. Okay, use it and we will answer all your doubts. All right then. Those who want to join, by the way, the links are given in the comment section. So do click on those links and also give us a WhatsApp on the number that is also in the comment section. Ask your questions and then enroll for this batch. All right. So this would be our approach. Let's do it this time. Thank you, everyone.